Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to deal with nutrition and oral health. The contents of this presentation will be definitions, principles of nutrition, classification, dietary standards, nutrition in disease, nutritional considerations, that is from infancy through adolescence, malnutrition, conclusion. The definition is nutrition is nothing but the science of food and its relationship to health. It is concerned primarily with the part played by the nutrient in body growth, development, and maintenance. Whereas food is that any substance, when taken into the body of an organism, may be used either to supply energy or to build tissue. In simple words, food is a substance which will be taken into the body and it will provide energy and helps in building the tissue. What are the classes of nutrients? There are some nutrients which will provide energy, tissue builders, and regulators. Energy providers are carbohydrates and fats, tissue builders are proteins, regulators would be vitamins, minerals, and water. The carbohydrates are divided into monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. For example, monosaccharides, glucose, fructose, galactose, disaccharides, sucrose, maltose, lactose, polysaccharides, starch, glycogen, and cellulose. Carbohydrates is the major source of energy. In day to day, you need energy. For energy, carbohydrate is the main source. Essential in the diet to provide glucose and cellulose. You all know that you have studied in your basic sciences that glucose will be the only source of energy to nervous system. Cellulose adds to the roughage, like indigestible fiber content, which helps in free peristaltic movements and all. Sucrose, which will initiate caries, because that is why carbohydrates are very important for dentists. Next, lipids. Saturated fatty acids, that is animal fats, unsaturated fatty acids. These are good sources of energy, that is 9 kilocalories per gram. Phospholipids are integral part of a cell membrane. Your cell membrane is made up of phospholipids. They carry fat soluble vitamins and add straight to the milk, the wholesome, the taste to the milk. Reduce dental caries. Proteins, completely containing all essential amino acids derived from animal, that is egg, meat, fish, milk, cheese. They help in growth and repair of the tissue. Incomplete proteins and complete proteins. There are two types, right? Incomplete proteins are concentration of one or more essential amino acid that is low to sustain growth. For example, grains, nuts, fruits, and vegetables. The functions would be substrate for cytoplasm, nuclei, enzymes, hormones, comprises of organic portions of the enamel, dentin, facial bone matrix, and collagen in the periodontal membrane. Deficiency can cause delayed eruption and hypoplasia of the primary teeth. So protein deficiency should be avoided. If at all any patient comes to you with delayed eruption, you should suspect protein deficiency. Okay, if you rule out all the factors apart from diet, then next you have to advise the protein diet for that particular kid so that the tooth eruption will be normal. Vitamins, groups of these are the vitamins are the group of organic compounds that are essential in small quantities in the diet of higher animals to perform specific cellular function. Water soluble vitamins are B and C, that is thiamine, vitamin B1, riboflavin, vitamin B2, niacin, vitamin B3, pyridoxine, vitamin B6, pantothenic acid, biotin, folic acid, and cobalamin, that is vitamin B12. Fat soluble vitamins are vitamin A, D, E, K. Vitamins do not provide energy. Their function is to act as a catalyst for energy releasing reaction from carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins. They act as catalysts, mediators between energy releasing carbohydrates and proteins. The minerals consist of 4% of body is made up of minerals. Macro minerals and micro minerals will be there. They comprise of 5 to 20%. The body weight includes calcium, phosphorus, sodium, potassium, chlorine, manganese, and selenium. Microminerals are trace elements that is available in 0.004 to 0.0004% of body weight. That is iodine. For example, these are the microminerals: chromium, molybdenum, manganese, cobalt, ferric, zinc. So these are the microminerals. The functions of minerals are maintain the pH of the blood tissue and cells. They regulate the water balance, comprise structural components in bone and enzyme. They comprise component of hormones and enzymes, act as the catalyst, transmission of nerve impulse, contraction and relaxation of muscles. Next, water. 55 to 65% of body weight will be water. The functions will be as a transport mechanism for carrying nutrient to the cells and then carry the waste products away from the cells. Chemical reaction of metabolism takes place in presence of water. Is an important structural component of body to retain the shape of the cells. They function as a lubricant, regulates the body temperature. And what is it? We all know about nutrition, but do you know what is good nutrition? No. So that just look here. The recommended dietary allowance, that is RDA, developed in 1943, Food and Nutrition Board recommendations, minimal physiological requirement. To perform minimal physiological requirement, we need minimum quantity of food. So they have developed a recommended dietary allowance or recommended daily allowance. Margin of the safety would be 30 to 50% for actual physical requirement. You can note down from this table. These are the recommended dietary allowances for infants, children, males and females, pregnant and lactating women. You have to see for the pregnant and lactating, they should be plus 300 energy kilocalories. What is balanced diet? Balanced diet is one which contains variety of foods in such quantities and proportion that are needed for energy. Child diet, combination of food consumed and the nutrients contained therein which have a profound ability to influence cognition, behavior and emotional development in addition to ultimate physical growth and development. Food Guide Pyramid, introduced by USDA 1992. It is commonly used to help plan a healthy food diet, organizes the food we eat into 5 groups. Miscellaneous includes fat, oil and sweets. 2 cautions while adapting food guide. Teens, young adults and pregnant, nursing women and women concerned with osteoporosis prevention need 4 daily servings. One serving size at commercial eating establishment represents smaller. Conservative food serving size is seen. This is a food guide pyramid. Fat, oils and sweets used sparingly. The base, that is bread, cereal, rice and pasta group, should be 5 to 11 servings in a day. Fruit 2 to 4 servings. Vegetable group 3 to 5 servings. Meat, poultry, fish, dry beans, eggs and nuts groups would be 2 to 3 servings. Milk, yogurt and cheese group would be 2 to 3 servings. Fats, oils and sweets, as I said earlier, should be sparsely used. Milk and milk products 2, old children, teenage 3, teenage boys 3, meat and meat alternatives 2 to 3 groups. Servings of food groups per day. You can note this down, you can have a look at it and then you have to advise accordingly. Nutrition in diseases. What is pathogenesis of nutritive failure? Primary precipitating factors will be substandard diet, distorted dietary habit, poverty and ignorance, faulty food consumption, food choice in adolescence. Secondary precipitating factors would be indigestive disturbance, example odontologia, severe malocclusion, tooth loss, cleft palate, TMJ dysfunction. prolonged loss of appetite, chronic infection with low-grade fever, GI disorders, hormonal derangement, neuropsychiatric difficulties, blood disturbances, and others. Absorption disturbances would be achlorohydria, IF deficiency, absence of bile salts, disturbances in utilization, increased requirement, increased distraction, and increased secretion. To diagnose nutritional status, medical history or examination, current complaints may be result of distant past. You remember that. Assessment of growth and development, growth retardation, symptoms may signal developing nutritional deficit, lack of appetite and muscular weakness, easy fatigability, delayed tooth erection, etc. will give you a brief idea of nutritional status of the child and local features. Diet history determined by the tables of food consumption and comparing biochemical analysis, routine lab procedures and special tests would be required. Röntgenographic analysis in vitamin deficiency, thiamine deficiency, and vitamin excess. You can diagnose the nutritional status according to these three analysis: diet history, biochemical, and röntgenographic analysis. What is nutritional consideration from infancy through adolescence? Infant and toddler. Food consumed should be simple human milk or milk formula. Breast milk is the best milk. New food should be introduced singly. Means at a time, you should not introduce 2 or 3 kinds of foods. One kind of a food for 3 days to 4 days. Look for any hypersensitivity or allergic reactions, and then you have to introduce the other food. Dental application at 1 year for erupted teeth, systemic is effective than local. Deficiency of calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D causes defective enamel and dentin. Preschool children, 3 to 6 years. Physical growth occurs by spurts, that is 3 to 6 years. Fewer calories is required, but high protein should be there. Dental application will be primary teeth. Most of the primary teeth will be developed or erupted. Diet has dual role, systemic and local. Adequate diet for permanent teeth, that is protein, calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D. Local fermentable carbohydrate begin to destroy the primary teeth. Toddlers not to snack on sweet retentive foods during nights especially. Nursing bottle carriers 1 to 3 years displays rampant decay of maxillary anterior teeth. So nighttime bottle feeding and without cleaning should be avoided. School-aged children, that is 6 to 12 years, reduced rate of growth in food requirements. Food habits carried throughout elementary school years will be carried out through their life. Dental applications will permanent tooth therapy. Intake of calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D is essential. They continue for the permanent tooth health. Adolescence, that is 12 to 18 years, impact onset of puberty, that is final growth spurt, increased need of protein and vitamin, minerals, etc. Second permanent molars, premolars, canine erupts, intense attack period because of the food habits. Caries conducive environment, maturation of enamel and caries resistance is delayed. This is seen mostly in Western population. Drug and alcohol use in adolescence. Use of alcohol and nicotine will definitely impact the nutrition status. Cigarette smoking will be impacting lower intake of vitamin A, C, folic acid, and dietary fiber. Alcohol metabolism impairment will be there. So prenatal and postnatal nutrition, maternal and fetal nutrition. Vitamin A deficiency will give defective teeth. Maternal diet influences mineralization of teeth and bone. Protein deficiency, that is function of salivary gland. Malnutrition, hypoplasia, and rampant caries. Iron deficiency, loss of normal tooth pigmentation. Postnatal malnutrition, severe class 1 malocclusion. Ascorbic folic acid deficiency, alter epithelial functions in sulcular epithelium. Vitamin C deficiency, failure to form osteoblast at epiphyseal plate. Problems of underconsumption, that is malnutrition. Protein deficiency, kwashiorkor, nutritional marasmus, hunger edema, pellagra. Vitamin deficiency, vitamin A, B1, B2, B12, B6, vitamin C and vitamin niacin deficiency, folic acid deficiency, and mineral deficiency would be ferrous and iodine. Oral manifestations would be angular cheilitis, glossitis, pearly gray pallor of commissure, superficial fissuring and piling, sunburst rarely bleeds, and subjective complaints would be dryness, burning, deep lesions, licking lesion leads to superinfection, tongue dorsum pebbly or granular, fungiform mushroom shape will be there. Papilla. Fungiform papilla will be in mushroom shape. Folic acid deficiency, that is 40 micrograms should be needed, and if it is deficient, macrocytic anemia, anorexia, weight loss, pallor, intestinal malabsorption, steatorrhea, foul smelling stools will be there. What are the oral manifestations? Early swelling and redness of the fungiform papilla, strawberry tongue, ball tongue, glossodinia, siluria, angular cheilitis, and glossitis will be seen. Vitamin B12, that is cobalamin, 0.2 to 1 microgram is essential. They are required for making of RBC, myelin synthesis, loss of appetite will be there, muscular weakness, GIT disturbance, macrocytic anemia, loss of position, vibratory sense, paresthesia, paralysis, spastic ataxic gait. What are the oral manifestations? Early parallel and burning swelling of the oral mucosa, glossitis, patchy complete atrophy of the trunk, papilla, period painful lesions on buccal mucosa, lip, gingiva, and pharynx. Vitamin B6 shows CNS involvement, convulsion, hyperirritability, leads to permanent mental retardation, microcytic hypochromic anemia. Oral manifestations will be chiliosis, glossitis, stomatitis, seborrhea, dermatitis in nasolabial fold. Vitamin C deficiency and oral manifestations. In children, lesion restricted to gingiva tissue, red swollen spongy, dentulous, start interdentally marginal attached, congested, spongy gingival bleeds, soft tissue ulceration, risk of candidiasis, advanced deficiency will be tooth loosens and exfoliates. Iodine deficiency, celluloid goiter, children endemic cretins, mentally dull, pot belly, pig-like face, oral manifestation, eruption, delayed, retarded jaw development, open bite, receding chin, large protruding tongue. The oral manifestations in primary teeth will be eruption delayed out of order, only 2 teeth in 1 year, enamel hypoplasia, permanent effect, formation and calcification on canine, incisor, molar. Excuse me. Yeah. Affect formation and calcification on canine, incisor, molar, hypoplasia, thinning, pitting, grooving of surface, occasional enamel loss, alveolar bone, loss of lamina dura, the reduced density of supporting bone, loss of trabeculae. What is the treatment of nutrition deficient stomatitis? 4 principles. Well balanced, high protein, adequate calories, vitamin, minerals as the need, administration of specific agents in diet, elimination of coexisting diseases that cause secondary deficiency, symptomatic treatment, and good oral hygiene. What is nutrition excess? Hypervitaminosis, vitamin A, vomiting, prostration, generalized desquamation, tenderness, overlong bones, X-ray cortical hyperostosis, irritability, anorexia, epistaxis, pruritic dermatitis, and keratinization. Hypervitaminosis, vitamin D, nausea, vomiting, anorexia, weight loss, muscles weakness, impaired renal function, increased deposition of lime salt, long bones, metastatic dystrophic calcification. What are the eating disorders? See, there are eating disorders which you are not aware of. I would like to add to this also. Anorexia nervous. The patients will restrict food intake, more common in females, to look slim. They refuse to maintain body weight, intense fear of gaining weight or fat, distorted view of one's own body weight, absence of at least in females, absence of at least 3 consecutive menstrual periods, and lean structure should be checked for. You should check for anorexia nervosa. Deficiency in diet leads hypoproteinemia and vitamin deficiency. Bulimia, binge eating. They will have that self-inducing vomiting. It will start in the later adolescent stage. They consume large amount of food, lack of control over eating, so that they consume, and then to compensate this and to prevent the weight gain, the excess concern with the body shape and size, the patient will have fluid and electrolyte abnormalities. they will vomit. They'll wantedly induce vomit. Enamel erosion is most common in such kinds of patients. So what are detergent foods? You might come across, some of us are talking about detergent foods and dental care. Fibrous foodstuffs that acts as detergents. They will wash away all the impacted food material which is retained in the tooth. Retained on teeth in smaller amounts dislodge the other six substances easily. You should not daily consume this kind of material, and you should counsel the patients to avoid this in a routine basis. Once in a while it is okay, but in routine basis these are not very healthy because they are refined carbohydrates. They are not healthy for body as well as the teeth. Finally, I would like to conclude, nutrition and oral health is goes hand by hand. For good, you need good nutrition for good dental health also, not only for general health. For dental health, you need good nutrition. So that you need to study about what are the different nutrients and materials which give you good nourishment for the body and as well as the oral cavity. These are the references I would like to go through. Pediatric dental medicine, Forrester; pediatric dentistry, Stewart and Baba; dentistry for child and adolescent, McDonald; clinical periodontics, 4th edition by Finn. Thank you.